Good morning. You're welcome to my YouTube channel, Learn with Fun. Dear students, how are you? Hope you are fine. Today we are going to read and discuss a poem that is given in grade 10 English book. The title of the poem is Did I Miss Anything? It's written by Wayman. Please look at the picture. What can you see in the picture? Yes, you can see a student raising his hand, and you can see a teacher. He is looking at the student, and he looks a bit confused or surprised. Other students are also looking at him. This is the contest. Now, please try to answer this question, which are related to our poem. What can you guess from the picture? How often do you miss class? Do you ask the teacher or friends the lesson you miss? Sometimes we fall ill or we have some urgent work and we miss our class. We are absent. The next day, do you ask your friends about the lesson you missed? Or do you ask your teacher to revise the previous lesson? So, keep this question in mind. We are going to read out the poem. Now look at your book. Find out the poem in your book. And just follow me, listen to me. I'm going to read out the poem aloud. Did I miss anything? The title of the poem and the first line of the poem is the same. Did I miss anything? And the answer is as follows. Nothing. When we realize you are not here, we sat with our hands folded on our decks in silence for the full 2 hours. Everything. I gave an exam worth 40% of the grade for this term and assigned some reading due today, on which I am about to hand out a quiz worth 50%. Nothing. None of the content of the course has value or meaning. Take as many days off as you like. Any activities we undertake as a class, you, it will not matter either to you or me, and are without purpose. Everything. A few minutes after we began last time, a shaft of light suddenly descended, and an angel or other heavenly being appeared and revealed to us what each woman or man must do to attain divine wisdom in this life and thereafter. This is the last time the class will meet before we disperse to bring the good news to all people on earth. Nothing. When you are not present, how could something significant occur? Everything. Content in this classroom is a microcosm of human experience, a symbol for you to query and examine and ponder. This is not the only place such an opportunity has been gathered, but it was one place and you were not here. This is the poem. Now let's try to explain the poem. So there are some words which you may not know the meanings. The words of which meanings you are unfamiliar, I think. So undertake means carry out. Microcosm means a small version of something larger, a small part of a greater thing. Microcosm. Content means subject matter. Divine means godly or like God. Shaft, it means a ray of light. Angel, a messenger of God, angel. Ponder, it means think about carefully and deeply. Now, what is the summary? Let's talk about the summary. The poem is written from the students' and teachers' point of view. The poem is written from two perspectives: students' perspective, students' views, and from teachers' perspective. The question, did I miss anything, is answered by the student and teacher differently. One of the students missed the class and he asked, did I miss anything? Then the students answered, then the students replied differently and teachers replied differently. So the students say nothing, but the teacher says everything. The first stanza is written from the student's point of view. This stanza says that the student missed the class, and in his absence, other students simply sat in silence with their hands folded on the decks. They did nothing. They remained silent. Stanza 2 is written from the teacher's point of view. In the second stanza, the teacher, he says something. He defends his teaching. He said that he taught a lot of things last day. It tells how he has given heavily weighted exams, assigned readings, and prepared a quiz. Similarly, stanza 3 represents students' perspective, students' point of view. In this stanza, a student blames that the classroom education, classroom activity is valueless, meaningless, and waste of time. It will have no effect or purpose later in life. However, in stanza 4, the poet explains why education is important, why classroom activities are important and useful. It claims that through education, a person is enlightened. The fifth stanza questions how anything could possibly be accomplished without a teacher, how anything could be achieved, could be completed without a teacher. The sixth stanza explains the importance, significance of classroom instruction. The last two online stanza. At last we find online stanza, which gives a message to all doubtful students that they should always be present in the classroom, so as to take in order to take in all they are able to learn in the microcosm of human experience. This is the summary of the poem. Now let's talk about the theme or central idea of the poem. The poem is about the importance of teaching and learning in the classroom. The major idea, the major message of the poem is importance of classroom instruction, importance of classroom activity. The poem is also about the responsibility. It is not really the teacher's responsibility to get a student caught up. The other students can have the student who misses the class. We should try our best to attend the class and learn something, because teachers teach useful things daily. The mood of the poem, the tone of the poem is sarcastic, mocking, and humorous. Dear students, the major idea of the poem, the central idea of the poem is that we should attend the class regularly. We must not miss the class. And classroom instruction, classroom activities are very, very useful for us, not only for the exam, but also for our whole career, whole life. Although the teacher cannot teach everything in classroom, but the things which are taught in classroom, which are explained in the classroom, they are the microcosm. They are the parts of whole life. They reflect the whole life outside. So it is very important for both teacher and student to engage in classroom activity. Both students and teacher are equally responsible for better learning and teaching. Unless and until the students are ready and interested in learning, teacher cannot do anything alone. So it is the responsibility of both teacher and students to make the learning and teaching effective in the classroom. So this is the idea of the poem. Dear students, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me. Please share this video to your friends and subscribe this channel. Bye.